Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for this is part 2 for the middle of April 2022. This right here is part 1. So if you haven't watched part 1 yet, it is linked up in the description down below. And we're just going to clarify through here, Sagittarius. With that Aquarius card, you have this Libra card. It says balance on it. I feel like things are more coming into balance with this energy, or you are balancing things out. I also think with this right here, the High Priestess, to me sometimes represents looking at both sides of an issue or a challenge or even good things that you're dealing with. It doesn't say that you're accepting an alternate viewpoint on anything. It just represents like needing to understand the other side of anything that you're dealing with for whatever reason. It's like, maybe you have to defend yourself against a person who doesn't agree with you. I don't mean this in a combative way. I mean this like sometimes in business, people don't agree with us and we have to kind of sell our point of view. And so I feel like being able to see both sides is going to be important for you at this time. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Sun. So definitely setting yourself free. The Sun is the best card in the tarot. Card of, happiness, joy, enlightenment, positive energy. I feel one thing that could really set you free from that Eight of Swords is more childlike energy. Normally there's the child on the horse on the Sun card, and it represents your inner child. There's even a wall behind that child on the Sun card, and that Sun represents like the wall that we all build up against our inner child. We don't let our inner child out. So I feel like all of us need to be more playful, especially again, after COVID and everything. It's like I feel like people definitely need more fun. I feel like people definitely need to do things that they enjoy more. With this, with the Ten of Wands, you have the Seven of Wands. I feel like you need to draw a line in the sand. Like sometimes I feel with the Seven of Wands, I feel like it's a card of standards, like setting a standard in your life, saying, and I'm not talking about just in love, I'm talking about every single area of your life where you say, this is what I'm willing to accept. I'm never going to go below this point. Everything is going to be above it. So it's like, that could be, sorry, I'm choking. That could be a certain amount of money that you want to make, and you're saying, I'm never going to go below this amount, and I'm going to work my butt off to make sure that I make that amount. It could be a certain type of love that you're willing to accept. It could be anything. But I do get the need here on the Seven of Wands to kind of like set some standards or to make some choices about like what you're willing to accept, what you're not willing to accept, what you want in your life, like all that other good stuff. So that's what I'd be doing there. With the High Priestess, you have the Moon. There you go. We were talking in your first reading with the Death card about the two pillars on the moon that show up on the Death card, and here's the Moon card right here with the High Priestess. So I do feel you're entering into this like darker period of time, not in a bad way though. The moon represents a period after a full moon, and it represents kind of innovation, finding new ways of doing things, learning different ways of doing things, trying new things. Again, the problem with innovation is you don't know whether or not something is going to work, but that really seems to be the answer in your reading here. With the Mouse spirit, you have the Hawk spirit. It says, let spirit be your guide. So I feel like you need to kind of meditate or, tap into spirit would be a good idea. I also feel like, I get a very visionary energy from your reading in general, Sagittarius. I feel like your ideas, your thoughts could be very futuristic at this time. Again, you have the Aquarius card, you have that star card at the end, you have the Moon, the High Priestess. This is very much like Pisces energy, number one. Number two, it's very like futuristic, future thinking going on here. Hawks represent, in the totem meaning of the hawk is like visionary energy, seeing the future, seeing things before they happen. The problem with that is usually people don't agree with you. People don't share your vision. And I definitely feel some of you could be dealing with some of those problems in your life where it's like you have an idea of like where you want your life to go or of what you want to create in your life, but maybe your spouse or your partner or people in your life don't kind of see it. And I don't think that's a bad thing, by the way. I feel you have the opportunity to prove it. I feel like it's saying, don't get mad at these people in your life necessarily if they don't share your vision, and just understand it and prove it, right? And if, like I keep saying, we have all this energy in Aquarius, and so I really feel we need to be inspiring people. That's like the most spiritual thing we could be doing right now. So if you prove to people that you're capable of doing something that they can't see, then you're going to be successful. With the Four Cups, you show up here, Temperance. Temperance is about turning water into wine. It's about turning one thing into another. So I really feel that you have the power to turn any situation around. You know, with the Temperance card, we can turn a negative into a positive into a negative, pretty much anything. So I feel like that's exactly what you need to do here. With the Death card, you have the Death card. So basically the universe saying, I meant what I said here. You're going through a transformation. I feel like this is a positive transformation that you're going through, and there are definitely some changes. Interestingly enough, as well, it's funny that I was saying the thing about the child on the Sun card. You're not really going to be able to see it here, but there is a child right here, but it's kind of hard to see on this version of the Death card right above my finger right here, and that child is holding up a flower to the Death Rider, and it kind of represents the fact that children are not afraid of anything new. They're not afraid of new beginnings. They ask a lot of questions. They're curious and all this other stuff. So they're not afraid of change. And this whole entire reading is basically saying that to me, for you. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Fool. Time to take some sort of leap of faith, I feel, with the Fool card. And this is towards a new beginning. So I would definitely do that. Also, the Fool can represent kind of like companionship. I wouldn't really call this a love reading, but I do feel that there could be people that want to help you. You have that chair filled card at the end, which says someone new is entering into your life. It could be love, but I also feel like there are people who want to support you. I kind of get that with a Fool card as well. With the Star and the chair filled card, you have the Harp. It says great happiness, and you have the Wheel. It says indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. You definitely need to focus. We talked about this in your first reading with the Seven of Cups. I do feel like there's happiness coming in for you, though, so wouldn't be too worried about it. I would just say make sure you're not running around like a chicken with your head cut off, right? I would say stay focused. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Wands, quick success coming in for you. Two of Pentacles, I feel sometimes, is just a card that says pick the new path. It just says, pick the new way of doing things or go in the new direction. And if you do that, you'll be very successful. So I would definitely pick the new path with the Eight of Wands, because Eight of Wands, quick success. It says, like, if you pick what is new, you will be successful. I would also make sure your desires are, I would make sure that you kind of have a focus as far as your desires are concerned. The Eight of Wands was traditionally the rockets or the arrows of love, and Esther Hicks always says rockets of desire, meaning that if we desire something, we're like telling the universe, sending rockets off into the universe saying, I want this, I want this, I want this. And the universe responds. That's like the Eight of Wands. We tell the universe we want something, the universe responds. So make sure that your desires are in alignment with what you actually want. It's like sometimes I think we say we want love or business or something else, we tell the universe, but then we're creating a conflicting vibration because we say, I want love, but then we say, I don't want a cheater. It's like, no, just focus on the love. Don't focus on the cheating, because that's exactly what you're going to get, right? Focus on exactly what you want. With the Nine of Cups, you have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, I feel like this could be a person coming in for you, actually, someone who does want something serious and permanent. The thing about King of Pentacles is that they usually, I do find them to be good people to be with as far as love is concerned. It doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to either, because again, they want something permanent. They want something that lasts for a long time. I do also feel this could be very good for money. King of Pentacles is pretty specific as far as money is concerned. He has grapes all over his cloak normally, and the grapes represent being good at something. Grapes are they take a lot of skill to grow. They can't just grow anywhere. So the King of Pentacles can represent something that requires some skill to be able to grow or to have in your life. And so if you are good at something, I feel like some of you could be using a skill to be successful. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Ace of Swords. Definitely a victory or success coming in for you here at this time, Sagittarius. I want to pull an extra row and just get more detail on this victory or success that could be coming in for you. So let's see. You have the Devil. You could be cutting something out that no longer serves you with the Devil energy. This could be you setting yourself free. It's coming up in this top row here as your outcome over here. And these people, the chains that are around their necks are meant to look very loose. So they could easily set themselves free. They don't have to stay stuck. So it is a card of like setting yourself free very easily. In the middle here, you have the the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is moving on to calmer shores. So I feel like you could be moving on to bigger and better things, or things could be kind of simplifying for you at this time. And bottom row, you have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is walking away from things that no longer serve you. You know, this card has an eclipse on it. Again, it's kind of funny because everybody has had the Eight of Cups, I think, this week or during these mid-monthlies. And there is an eclipse at the end of the month. So it kind of just seems to be tying into that eclipse energy in general. But let's see. With the Devil, you have the Star. There you go. I mean, this is what I've been talking about the whole entire time. Like I said, everybody has had the Star. So I like this. I feel like there's something very inspiring coming in for you. For you, I kind of feel like there's like an opportunity or something that just gets you very excited. The Star can represent something that inspires us to action, something that inspires us to do something, right? So I kind of feel that for you. With the Six of Swords, you have the World. The World, the card completion, ending a cycle. Remember what I was talking about, I think, in the first part of your reading, where I was saying that it's almost like people are being funneled to this choke point in the universe, not in a bad way. I feel like we're just being pushed out the other side. We're kind of being funneled away from, negative energies or whatever you want to call it. So I do feel we're kind of entering into a new world in some ways. And with the Eight of Cups, you have the Eight of Swords. It was actually in reverse, but you have the Eight of Swords here twice in your reading. So I do feel like it's going to be super important for you to open up to other ways of doing things at this time. I also feel like it's going to be important for you to get like advice from other people. Like I feel other people could be, kind of guiding you towards ways of doing things that could set you free from the Eight of Cups. On the negative side of things, the Eight of Cups can be like an emotional whirlpool. It can represent getting sucked down by emotions or feelings or whatever. So I do feel like you kind of need to set yourself free from that stuff. But this is a pretty good reading. I feel like you're kind of moving in the right direction. A little bit scary as far as innovation is concerned, but it looks good. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. And definitely enjoy your month.